Hello, everybody. How are you? Murise, please come to our comment section and just say hello to us. We are excited tonight. We are here to launch a book virtually. We did the physical launch, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it was amazing. It was successful. We had a great time. The good thing with physical events, you eat. Please, if you're in our comment section, just say hello and please share our broadcast. I know there's a bit of a delay with our broadcast, but just to share it then catches up so that others can see it. So please share. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about this story. I am excited about this milestone. A fellow woman, a Zimbabwean, UK-based Zimbabwean author who has written a book. I want to assure you, I was thinking this book needs an award. I was just thinking, oh, wow, this book an award because there's so many taboos that were broken by that book. The history, our history is changing, our narrative is changing. So I'm really excited. But anyway, I won't keep Prieska quiet. Prieska, welcome. Good evening. Welcome to your book launch.
Thank you and good evening, Auntie Mimi. Thank you for having me on your platform today.
You are welcome. You're welcome. We're excited. It is our honor actually to have you on this platform because I have been checking your footprint and I was thinking this is an amazing, amazing woman, and you carry many heads on your shoulders. So I know we're still doing the logistics. The comments are not yet starting. Please, comment section, please comment so that we can, Prieska can start telling us about herself. If you don't comment, me and Prieska, we know each other. Me and Prieska, we know each other. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comments. I'm starting to see them. I do appreciate. Thank you so much. Yeah. Noku, how are you? You know, I was thinking about you today. I will tell you why. N Macaste, how are you, Pastor N? Thank you so much for joining. You are at the right platform. Invite other women. And I want to recommend that I'm excited that these two ladies that have commented so far, they've got their own organizations that they run. And I want to assure you that you can invite Prieska to your women's seminars. I want to assure you that will be the best decision you will ever make. And I'm hoping that when we finish this broadcast, you will buy this book, you will read for yourselves, and you will see what I am talking about. And yeah, so we want to go into it. Prieska, you are looking beautiful. I'm liking. Hey.
Thank you very much, Auntie Mimi. Thank you very
You're
much.
on point. You're on point, girl.
Just keeping up with the times.
Yes, well done. So, can you just, in your own words, who would, if someone wanted to know about Prieska, who would you say Prieska? Who is Prieska? In your own words and your own understanding, because you live with yourself. Who is Prieska?
Okay. Prieska is a businesswoman, but she is a mother of 3. She is a wife. Prieska is the director of Prieska Healthcare Limited, which is an organization running in the United Kingdom. So she's an entrepreneur. The organization has got 2 branches at the moment, and she also is leading a property portfolio, the company called Imelda Properties. Prieska likes charity work, so she works with women, those who are experiencing domestic violence and abuse in the United Kingdom, specifically BME women. And she runs a charity organization called She Unity Support. You can find that online as well at www.sheunitysupport.org.uk. And Prieska, as you can see, she's here today. She's an author of a first book. Don't miss the copy, Unbroken. She is the author of Unbroken. Having said that, Prieska is a woman who grew up in Zimbabwe. She's a Zimbabwean woman who had a very difficult and challenging childhood, growing up in a farm with 5 siblings in Zimbabwe, and migrated to a Growth Point. Those who don't know Growth Point, in my secondary school was at an upper top school. I think that's the least schools that people would want to attend. And Prieska only formal school ended in O level, that's when I was sitting in class with others in Sanyati, in the rural areas. However, Prieska managed to do supplementary school, and she wrote A level while she had a child already. And she attended Open University and did a first degree through Open University. And she migrated to the United Kingdom after qualifying as a primary school teacher in Zimbabwe. That's 20 years ago, in 2004. And when she arrived in the United Kingdom as well, Prieska is someone who likes to try things. So Auntie Mimi, she again went through Open University education, and she attained an MBA through Open University. So yeah, so to date, Prieska is now who you can see, but you've heard a brief of Prieska's childhood and growing up, and of course, her migration to the United Kingdom.
Wow, this is an interesting conversation. You said you migrated. Your first migration was to go to a growth point.
Yes.
And when you were migrating to the growth point, did it ever occur to you that you would leave the borders of Zimbabwe? Was it ever something you were thinking about?
Never. If you had asked me during those days, talking about coming to the United Kingdom, probably I would have laughed because my family was very poor. Education, the reason why I couldn't go to high school is because my dad couldn't afford. So at that point, I've never dreamt one day I'll be in the United Kingdom. But life happens. I got married to my loved husband, and of course, he is the one who came up with the decision to migrate to the United Kingdom. He came first in 2002, and 4 years later, 2 years later, sorry, I followed to the United Kingdom.
Wow. And when you came in United Kingdom, what kind of jobs were you doing at that time?
Oh, my.
Were you just like a housewife, or we just want to understand the footsteps of this woman?
Right. So when I migrated to the United Kingdom, of course, as I said earlier, I was a primary school teacher back home. But coming here in 2004, I started off working in a care home, actually, as a carer for Bupa Care Homes. I worked there for actually 4 years. I worked the day and night shifts. From there, I went to work for home care, Red Spot Group, which I did domiciliary care for a year. I left. I went to work for Swan Staff Recruitment Agency as a supply agent staff, where I would go to care homes to do care work. However, there was something in me that wanted to still go back to teaching. So I did supply teaching for, I think, 3 years in primary schools. And there's something in Prieska that asks you to keep trying new things, to keep taking those risks. So I decided to go back to university, and I did my postgraduate certificate in education for adult teaching. So I ended up being a lecturer, teaching business studies and economics. So yeah, from there, I think when I was now teaching business studies and economics, that's when I told myself things were not balancing to manage my children, go to school at 7, come back at 7 in the evening, do marking in the night. I said, no, why not try a business? So
Right.
that's when Prieska was started in 2014. So I did every job that you might think of.
So the journey of this young girl that is coming from the farm, that is going to an upper top. I think my primary school is in upper top. And I went to school in the 80s. So we had, those people that had disrupted their education and went to war.
Yes.
Yes. So this young girl now, she is coming, she's taking territories, she's left the growth point, now she's come overseas. she's balancing her life with the children, teaching, care work, and she's doing her studies. Then at one point she decided to start a business. What made you think, let me start a business?
Right. Growing up, I would see my father trying to do different things. My father was not an educated man. He only attended school up to grade 7, which they usually used to call standard 7. And he used to work as a cook in a kitchen. But he was someone who liked to use his hands. So I saw him transform our lives from being a cook to starting repairing electrical gadgets at home without a shop, without any electrical gadgets. He was just using fire and the soldering wire that he used to put in the fire, the actual fire that we make with firewood. So as he was doing that, he ended up being a very prominent businessman in Sanyati, running an electric shop and a record bar. So I picked up a lot of things in there that changed my life, that gave me an idea of saying business is better. So borrowing my dad's ideas, I started doing business. So if I take you back when I just finished my O levels, from the upper top I talked about, I think in our stream we were like 7 girls who passed, and our classes were 4 streams. I couldn't go A level, as I said earlier. So from there, I had to stay home for a year. And me might tell you what I did in the year. With my O levels, I worked as a house girl.
Hey.
Yes. And then I opened a market. In our language, they call it Musika, because I didn't want to just stay at home. Believe you me, I was like 18 or 19. But my dad didn't like that, so he stopped me. I went for temporary teaching. That was not doing well with me. I started border jumping to order and sell. So I was crossing to Zambia. I was crossing to South Africa. I was only 19 before I even went to college. So when I came here working for Red Spot, I got inspired because it's owned by a Zimbabwean guy called Evans Kulea. So I thought, if someone like me from my country is doing it, I would like to try it. Believe you me, around 2013, 2014, it was very few Zimbabweans who were running healthcare companies. So this is how I started the business. So working in a school, I couldn't give my children time. I couldn't have time to do things at home other than Saturday and Sunday, because teaching, you carry your books home, you carry your work home, you work even in the night. So the only scapegoat for me with the challenges that I had at that point was to start a business. So I started it by myself, experimenting. 10 years later, I am here.
What do you think made it different? Because lots of agencies, you see that after a while, they crumble, but you are doing very well. You've got quite a high figure of employees that I'm not going to say unless you say it yourself, but your business is thriving and you are mentoring others to start. What do you think set you apart? Because people usually they start their business, then their business don't go far.
Right. I think in the other conversations that I had, I was very clear to say, when I started my business, I didn't just do because there were other people starting businesses or copying an idea because my friend is doing it, they can help me. I started my business when I was at my lowest in life. I was experiencing a lot of problems in my marriage. There were problems. Finances were not enough to cover my bills. We were recycling bills to say this month, if I pay for electricity, I don't pay water. I pay water next month. So I was on my lowest, where I couldn't manage to do a packed lunch for my children to go to school. So that's what drove me to start a business. So For you to keep moving, to keep going, you need to have a drive. What is driving you to start that business? Because if you think of your drive, I was thinking of my children. How can I give my children a better life? How can I manage my life in the United Kingdom where I don't have any help from anyone? So that kept me going. The moment I think of giving up, trust me, at some point I thought of giving up because there are a number of challenges that I was facing. But whenever I was thinking of my drive, my children, my young siblings, because I was quick to grow probably at the age of 24 when I lost my dad. So I ended up looking after my siblings, four of them as well. So my situation kept me going. One. Number two, faith. I am a Christian. I started going to my lovely church in 1987. I was still in school. Faith. I had hope that one day my situation will change. God will guide me and things will change. So I had lots of faith in what I was doing. Going to church, praying with my pastors kept me going in my situation as well. So it is important to have hope, to have faith, and to pray for your business. When you are running a business, you need to pray for it so that you will be successful in it. Again, I had to make sure I built up good networks. So for you to keep going with your business, you need to build on good networks, find people who are doing better than yourself, obviously in the business sector, whom you can network with, whom you can ask when you have challenges. You can't start a business and run it all by yourself, because when you get stuck, you don't have anyone to help you. So join networking groups, join like-minded business people so that you can also get help when you are running your business. And again, Auntie Mimi, as you see, when I was talking about my history, I am someone who like to self-educate. I like learning. So if you want your business to be successful, you need to push yourself in learning. You need to learn self-development in the area of your business. Find out courses so that you can learn more on how to grow your business, on how to expand your business, on how to find resources for your business, on how to find contracts, and obviously to manage your staff. Because if you don't manage your staff, definitely you will close your business. You need to learn on how to manage your finances, which I think most of the people have challenges in that area, Auntie Mimi, because usually when people get a lump sum, which they never had before, shock.
You finish it all.
Yes, yes. So yeah, you need to educate yourself in managing your finances for the businesses, and of course complying with the law. I'm aware of people who closed because they couldn't comply with the law in this country, nor the policies around running your business in the country that you are living. Because if you don't comply, they're after you, you end up closing. In a
Yeah.
nutshell, that's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think people that are listening, you are benefiting. Prieska is a businesswoman, and she, yes. We came for the book, but yes, she does mentoring. I think it's mentoring. She wants to talk about mentoring, not monitoring. Mentoring. Maybe talk a bit about your PB. What is it called?
Yes, so Prieska is also a business consultant or coach or mentor. You can go on my website. It's called www.pbcconsulting.co.uk. I assist those who are starting their own healthcare businesses. I can coach you, I can mentor you so that you can have your business successful. I can assist you in registering with CQC, preparation for your CQC interviews, preparation for your CQC inspection. So find me there. I also have a page again on Facebook for PBC consulting, and I've got a care managers group for directors who are running healthcare companies, which has got more than 265 directors there, where you can network with like-minded business people so that you can see your business grow.
So that's enough about business. If you want to know more about business, go to her pages. Go to her pages. But I thought I would just put it out there for those, because obviously Prieska is working with She Unity. Maybe we can talk about She Unity before we go to the book as well. Where she is she's empowering communities. And I know there is someone who is in a similar position that she was in, where she's saying, I did not have enough for my children. I did not have enough for the bills. There is someone who is like that, someone who is at a position that maybe you're thinking, my background. She is telling us about her journey from that farm to that upper school, to that growth point, migrating to the growth point. But that is not stopping her. That is not stopping her. She's not stopping. It's not breaking her. She's not a victim. No, she is rising, and she is rising, and she's rising. That's why I thought, let me just open your eyes to some of the things that she does. Those that are sharing, thank you so much. Please share this broadcast so that others can hear, and go to those pages and follow. But maybe, can you talk a bit about the charity work that you're doing in our community before we go into the book?
Okay. As I said earlier, I started a charity organization called She Unity Support. Again, you can go on our website. It's www.sheunitysupport.org.uk. And we are also found on Facebook and on Instagram. So why I started working with women, Auntie Mimi, is because I walked the road. With Prieska, it's all about his life story, because it's real. It's real. She talks about herself and what motivated her. So as someone who walked that road, my aim was to help other women who are experiencing the same struggles, who can mirror their lives into Prieska's life story and feel inspired and feel encouraged. So when I migrated to the United Kingdom, and I faced a lot of struggles. I had no one to tend to. I lost my dad like 5 years before I came to the United Kingdom. 6 months after my arrival in 2004, I lost my mom, and I'm the eldest in the family. And in the United Kingdom, it was just me. I did not have a family member of my own. So I faced a lot of challenges, which I did not have anyone to tend to other than to God and going to church. I did not have anyone to ask even for money when I didn't have it. I did not have an auntie where I can go to say my marriage is not working. It was between me and God and the pastors, right? So the struggles I went through were really hard without anyone to tend to. Just to give a snippet, that at some point I even went for counseling, but for those BME women or men, let me say men, because men are experiencing the same as well. I went to my GP for counseling. He appointed me to a counselor who was white. When I was sharing my problems, hoping to get help, the response that I got from her was, why don't you go back home? So already what I was talking about and what she was thinking were not the same. We were on different spaces in our lives. Because to me, what was home? No mom, no dad. I left my teaching without resigning. I have 5 siblings to support. And I came here. Now I'm here. I need help to move on with my life in here. And she's telling me to go back home. So it wasn't working for me. So when I managed to work my life through, for you to manage your life through, you need to reach a breaking point. Let me start from there, Auntie Mimi, so that it can help those who are really struggling, ladies, girls, and men. Sometimes you get a drive when you reach, when that pain that you have makes you reach the breaking point where you say, I'm hopeless. I reached that. Where you say, I don't know what to do next. You're left without an option. Now you need to air that out. I started talking about my issues. I remember one day, Auntie Mimi, I went for work at Bupa. I met a lady I don't even know. I just started telling her about my problems at home and I was crying. A stranger, I didn't know. So people can reach that level in life where you are really desperate. Yeah. So when I reached that point, that when I thought I need to turn my life around. When things worked for me, I said, there is a woman out there in the United Kingdom. There is a girl out there. There are men out there who are going through a lot, but they don't have anyone to turn to. So I started She Unity Support in 2019 to create that platform where we can support each other. Actually, it started as a community group. It did not start as just a registered charity. We would meet with friends to share our struggles and support each other behind the scenes. And the group started growing. Then we registered with the charity commissioner. We've helped a lot of women, some who were like 20 years in this country without papers. Someone got her papers last year, paid by Shiri Support. We found legal support, legal lawyers to help her through, and she's very happy. We paid fees for someone who was going through DV and they couldn't get fees. We paid fees at University of London. She completed a course. Now she's working. So we created that platform for integration, for helping each other, helping a sister who is struggling. This is how She Unity came up, and to date, we are doing a lot with She Unity. We are supporting women out there.
This is just like you are just speaking to my heart. I am just like, I am thinking this is what we need to do. A lot of women, they have come here, and we know some of them, they returned home in coffins. I know recently there was someone who came with the COS and she just couldn't do it, and she ended it. So I think this is really something that is much needed in our communities. Now, fast forward or backtracking.
Can I add something there, Auntie Mimi? Sorry to cut you short. Because you are talking of women keeping their struggles to the extent of ending their lives, which I think is a problem that I personally think is happening more in our African communities. I mean, women has got that thing of saying, I want to protect my marriage. I can't say my problems. But guys, the person who is abusing you, let's say like cheating, they will be going out there cheating. The woman knows you very well. The friends of the woman knows you very well. It's just you protecting someone who is already known out there of what they are doing. And you
Yeah,
end up losing your life, making your children left without a mom. So, women, if you are there and you are experiencing domestic violence, if you are experiencing abuse, you need to speak out. There is help out there. Go out, even if you don't know what to say, just go there. They will help you and you will speak out and you find help. Thank you.
yeah, I think it's quite profound. We hear people saying, I know we have come here for the book launch, but this is all to do with the book. You hear people saying that maybe my people, they will not keep my issues confidential. We had that classic example that you are going to someone who is not understanding your problem, and they say, why don't you just go back to Africa? And they're thinking there is no way for me to go back to. So You actually are in need to engage with others. Do not be quiet, engage with others. Women understand that sometimes your life is at risk. We understand. We understand. These organizations, they have worked with a lot of women, and we understand that your life may be at risk, and we can keep your issue confidential. But you need to get help for yourself. Sometimes when I do broadcasts like this, I don't go to bed, because people then reach out, and you'll be surprised at people who are victims. That being a victim of any form of abuse has no title. It has no title, and it has no gender. There's no gender. I think women will speak better, but men also suffer. They struggle. So, what we are saying as a community, let's support one another, and reach out. Don't remain quiet. Reach out. And we are here to talk about a book. The book is called Unbroken.
Yes.
She
The,
is unbreakable.
the title scares people a lot, isn't it?
What made you to write the book, and what made you to say unbroken?
Right. Right. You see, Unbroken,
Mhm.
the title Unbroken resonates for me, being broken and coming out of it.
Mhm.
Yes. So,
Mhm.
if you had asked me a few years ago as well, I don't think I was going to be able to explain that I will be writing a book called Unbroken, the journey of love, courage, and transformation, because I was really broken. As I said earlier, my marriage wasn't working well. My childhood, I told you my childhood story. It was full of struggles. And then coming into the United Kingdom, the culture, coping with the culture was difficult. Even if we want to work, you go to work, the accent of the people you're working with and your own accent, my, in 2004, I'm like, God, will I manage this?
You know, when I came into this country and I switched on the TV, and there was, EastEnders, I said, this is not English.
Yes. So I was really, really broken. I think I reached the worst in my life, the lowest, where at some point I was like, oh, I just need to run away and probably just die or something like that, because I couldn't cope with my life. But as I said earlier, sometimes when you reach your lowest and you are left with no hope, you need to make sure you face your fears. Guys,
Mhm.
try to face your fears. Don't give up on your life. Face your fears, because the fears are inside you. You need to challenge those fears to come out so that good things can be filled in.
Mhm.
You will not be able to progress while you've got bitterness, while you've got fear, while you are angry, while you are crying, while you are feeling sorry for yourself. You can't progress. You need to face those struggles, face your fears. What are you worried about? Why are you worried about it? What are you scared of? Why are you scared of that? You need to face that. And then when you faced it, don't keep it, speak it out. You know, in our language, they say if you speak about something, I don't know how to put that in English.
Mhm. Mhm. To expose it.
Expose it. So when people know about my weaknesses, even if I meet them and they talk about my weaknesses, I don't feel bad because it's out there already. So you need to talk about your challenges, you need to face them. And then when you face your challenges now, that's when you can find yourself. Self-discovery and recovery will start when you accept your challenges, when you accept your struggles. So when I did that, that's when I thought, no, I need to recover from whatever happened to my life. I worked very hard. I learned a lot of lessons in my life, which I thought the lessons I learned, I should share them with other people. I learned how to be resilient when I self discover myself, and I was walking a journey to recovery from whatever I went through. I learned to be resilient. Hope was the biggest thing I thought of, because my pastors were always telling me things can change. We trust in God, always have faith, and power of forgiveness. You need to forgive, guys. You know, if you can't forgive, you are killing yourself, not the person who wronged you. So you can't move on, because every time you see them, you're angry. You can't think of anything. You're just like, why did they do that to me? But you know, there's my pastor at Chimhini, whom I love so much, Pastor Alice Kuzamba. One day I was telling you my problems, and she was like, daughter, why are you shy? Are you the one who did that? I'm like, no, Mama. So why are you shy? You're not the one who did that. So yeah, when I think of all those things, I thought, why not create a platform where I can also share my journey of resilience, my journey of transformation with other people who are having the same struggles as myself, who might feel encouraged or inspired by the journey that I walked and how I managed to come out of it. Being broken does not mean you can't come out of it. As you can see, I came out of it. So there is room for you to come out of it. So this is how Unbroken resonated. No matter how difficult the path you are walking or how it might seem difficult, remember you can get out of it and be unbroken one day.
Whew, whew. Good evening, Evangelist Mark. Good evening, those that are joining us. This is really deep and this is profound. I think one of the things that you have just said right now, that the lessons that you learned in your journey. For example, what you are saying, that why am I putting my head down when something has happened, when my husband has done something, when my children have done something, then I am putting my head down. I cannot lift my head. But this is not me. It is them. It is their choice. They have made that decision to live that life. And I think we put so much pressure on one another. We put pressure on each other. We have stereotypes of things that things should be a certain way. And I think one of the worst things that I I had my lessons from your book, and I said, may God forgive our ancestors, our grandmothers. May God forgive them for their sins. Because there are things that were put on our shoulders that are not ours. Hello, Barbara Mnyaruwa. How are you, woman of God? We are talking about the book Unbroken, that is written by Prieska. We've learned the journey of Prieska, the young girl, an ordinary girl that has just moved from stage to stage, and now she's a businesswoman. She's running a business. She's a philanthropist. She's doing charity work in the communities. And right now we're talking about the lessons. She says there were lessons that she learned that she felt others need to learn these lessons too, to empower them, so that if you're going through a situation, you are not bound by that situation. That situation is not on you. But we carry so much burdens on our shoulders. But those things are not on us. We haven't done anything. Someone has decided to do what they want to do. It's on them. It is their decision. We wake up, we teach our children to be good. But sometimes our children decide to do whatever they decide to do. But somewhere it comes back to the mother. It's always the mother, rarely the father. Usually it's the mother.
Yes.
Yeah. So go on. You were talking about the journey of broken, that you need to be broken to get to the bottom.
Yeah, I was saying for you to evolve from your struggles, you need to reach to your lowest point. That's what I shared earlier. And just face your struggle. Accept that it's happening. You have to accept. And then it's like, even when I talked of forgiveness, you still need to accept that this person has wronged me, because it's a decision in you that you have to make, to say enough is enough. If you are really broken, say, I don't want to keep walking this pathway. I'm putting myself in a cocoon. I'm feeling sorry for myself while I'm sitting in the house and nothing is happening. You end up having mental health problems. Your children are watching you cry every day. You are not progressing. And if it's about marriage issues, honestly, the more you sit in the house crying, the more you give you more explosions. You need to come out. So once you told yourself you want to do that, then start seeking help step by step. Once you start seeking help, find a path that you want to do for yourself. Don't focus on anyone else. Focus on you first. Someone was saying, if mom is happy in the house, everyone is happy in the house. Kandamai Vachfara, in our language, the kids are happy, the father is happy as well, because mommy is happy. If mommy is not happy, everyone else is not happy. So you need self-care. You need to look after yourself. And then once you've done that, you can progress, but you can't progress with bitterness. This is what helped me to
Thank
come.
you so much. Thank you so much. So I think that this is like a self-help. It's actually a self-help book as well, because it's like someone is holding your hand and they're sharing with you their journey, and they're telling you how they overcame, and this is how to do it, and this is what the freedom that I got. This is
Yeah.
where I got to after I made those decisions. I think that there is a profound thing that you say, that you have to think about you. But we are not raised to think about ourselves. We, we are raised to think and prioritize others, especially as the women, because I think there is that word selfish. You are taught to be selfless. So you have to have the balance to understand what it means to say selfless, because in our selflessness, we are seeking to be validated by being selfless. In the home, we prioritize everyone else except ourselves. And then we are thinking we will be validated, we're thinking we'll be recognized, but then sometimes we're not recognized for it. And then and then you are thinking, then you are doing more, and the more you are doing, you are disappearing. That person is no longer there, is dying. You
Yeah,
understand? She's not there because why? Because she is serving others, and now because she's not getting that validation, she's always crying.
yeah,
But yeah, but I'm liking what you're saying, that you have to discover and you have to acknowledge. I think in the afternoon there was a video that was circulating where you're saying you have to acknowledge, to say
yeah,
there is a problem.
yeah. Because Unbroken, the main message in the book Unbroken is about hope, especially for those people who refuses to be defined by their circumstances. Don't be defined by your circumstance. There is hope. So I'm trying to inspire and encourage those who are struggling, like myself, that there is hope. You can come out of your situation and be free. So my book is there to help other people to change their lives for the better. In whatever circumstance you are, have hope. So if you buy that copy, there are a lot of lessons at the end that are so encouraging. That's why it's called a journey of love,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
courage, the journey of courage, love, and transformation. The main theme of that book is to encourage hope. to people who are struggling, who are in any situation that you are. There are a lot of lessons that you can learn from there. I want to inspire all the readers out there who are struggling, especially being in the diaspora. Our life is not easy here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
work very hard. The money that we get, it comes and it goes. Children, they give us certain behaviors that sometimes you think of, you like, oh my God, what can I do with my child? But Unbroken gives you hope. It helps you to come out of your situation. Get a copy. You pick some nuggets.
Wow. Wow. I want to buy another one. So to our listeners, what I would say is sometimes the help is available to you. The help is very, very close to you. The help is very, very simple. It is you just picking that book and you are reading it, and your perception about your situation will change. And you will rise and you will rise and you rise. You know, there are books that when you read, you say, I read this book, and since that day, my life has never been the same. And this is what Prieska is saying to you. She's saying, my qualification is that I went through it. I
Yeah.
know it. If you are from Zimbabwe, there is a saying that says, kumunga anzi takabvako kumunga kunepwa.
Yes.
Yeah, it's telling you that experience. I went through it. So she's saying, I went through it, my brother. I went through it, my sister. This is my journey. Look at how I transformed my life. Look at
Yes.
how it took courage for me to move from all these issues that we are discussing that way that she was encountering. So the people, some who are listening, they are in Zimbabwe, some are in Botswana, some are in South Africa. I'm looking and I'm thinking, where can they get this book?
It's very easy to get a copy for those who are listening and you want a copy of Unbroken. You can find a copy on Amazon at the moment. So if you go on Amazon, you can get it as a Kindle. It's only £9.99. Or you can get a paperback copy, which is £14.99 on Amazon. Or I've got copies as well, which I can sign. If you need a posted copy, please reach out to my inbox on Facebook. I can post a copy to you, which has got my signature as well. I promise you, once you start reading the first chapter of Unbroken, you will never stop until you finish the copy.
I've had people give me feedback about this book. They've been phoning me, they've been reading. You know, like someone is reading it all night, and they're like auntie, and they're giving me feedback. So I think it is good that we're coming together, and we are doing this thing. We can follow so many things that at the end of following those things and investing our time in those things, inside we are hollow. There is no hope. We are just sad. But you can do something positive for yourself. Why not invest in a book? And I think one of my followers, she was saying that she can only do the Kindle ones. And she was asking me, and I was like, I'm not sure if we are on Kindle. I'll find out. So we've just found out together that we are on Kindle. You can read it online. You don't have to have the paperback. Me, I want the book because I'll be putting lines. I'll be putting one. I'll be putting two. So
Looks very
here
nice.
we are.
Get a copy.
Yeah. So here we are. The books are available to you. If you struggle to inbox them, you can inbox me and say, Auntie, I want a signed copy. I'll make sure you receive your signed copy. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Or she'll send me a bank details, then I will give you in the inbox rather than on social media. Do we have a PayPal account or anything like that?
Yes, I do have a PayPal account.
Yeah, so I think we'll add a PayPal account in our comment section because PayPal is a bit more secure. Then you
Yes.
get your copy. But I want to say to you, those that are listening, that are joining us, that you can invite Prieska to your organization. She can come, she can talk to you, she can talk to the women. You can consult her for your business. You can reach out to be part and parcel of the She Unity, attend some of the events that they do. They do some of their events online as well. So I'm sure if you can't travel, you can just log in. But it's time us to rise as a community to just change our lives, to just say, you know what, this is how we want to do our things because we have a heritage. And I like what Prieska said. She said, I was thinking about my children because what are we going to leave for them? What
Mm.
inheritance?
Mm.
But these services are available to us, they're available to you. If you're just joining now, we're about to finish. You can replay this interview. Someone said to me, Auntie, if I miss an interview, I don't replay. I said, if you don't replay, it's up to you. We do not spoon feed anyone. You have to take it upon yourself to do something and change your life. But I want to assure you, when you follow this, one of these three things, your life will never be the same. Either you get your copy, you go to PBC consultation services, or you do the She Unity. Whichever service you take from these three, I tell you, your life will never be the same. And you will come back and you will thank me. I think you thank me with the lunch and the big hamburger and say, Auntie. So we are saying to you, the book is now live. It's
Mm.
available. It's available to you. And we're offering you signed copies. Tonight you can have a signed copy. Thank you. Is this session available on YouTube? Thank you so much, Ruwimbo. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna upload it to YouTube after I finish. I don't know why
Thank you
it
very
never
much.
occurred to me but I will upload it to YouTube. I will be signposting the pages. I think I'll put them in the comment section. The following few days, I'll be signposting you to the links to the She Unit and to the PBC. This platform is to empower you. You'll be empowered. You walk away empowered. You take what you want. We we don't impose it on you, but we say we recommend that you take the services that you see people who come here because they are credible. We've seen
Mm.
their footsteps, and I have seen Prieska's journey, and I've seen her rise, and she has a thriving business. It's not for me to say, but you can Google her, and you'll see she's got a thriving business. And the book, it's making waves. The ladies that have been reading, they are coming back saying, Auntie, no. So I think we need an award for this book. I don't know how we're gonna get it, but I think it needs an award, a recognition of some sort. Prieska,
Thank you, Auntie Mimi. And you know what? I was just talking to one of my friends. I was like, "Do you know? I'm also already getting up to 100 copies sold," and I couldn't believe it when I wrote this book. That from the time we launched it to now, I could have sold so many copies. And for people who've bought the book, who are reading the book, please feel free to rate my book on Amazon. Thank you very much for your support. And Auntie Mimi,
oh,
thank you so much.
you are welcome anytime, Priska. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. Thank you for those tries. Have a lovely, lovely evening. If you want the book, just comment in the comment section, inbox me. The book will be available to you, the signed copies, that is. Or if you want a Kindle, just go on Kindle. If you want to get your copy from Amazon, just go on Amazon. And please, when you read it, give us a feedback so that we can share with you the feedback. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night and God bless you.
Thank you, Auntie Mimi. God bless.
All right.